Hi friends, it's been a hot minute. This is going to be a sew with me. It is Sunday, October 1st. Happy October, it's my birthday month. So today we're going to be sewing, or at least starting, Designer Mystery 4, Block 4. I have everything all cut out. Let's see how long this is going to take. I even changed my foot. I actually have a stack of, look, you want to see this? This is Designer Mystery 4. Then I am doing this quilt back here, which we will do a sew with me. Pat Sloan is hosting a chicken salad quilt along. It's something that Lori Holton, the Fat Quarter Shop, did like a year ago. So mine is totally not like it. It's totally scrappy, and I am using blocks from my life, and them blogging about them, how they remind me of my grandmother, on my genealogy blog. It's like a new little feature. If you're interested, I can post my genealogy blog below. So what's going on, everybody? Let's get started, because this block has got 1,000 pieces, it feels like. So I have to start with making flying geese. So that's these pieces. Oh, let me turn on this little, I may pause to go use the real iron if I have to, because there's a lot of little pieces in here. So YouTube says it's been a month since I've done one of these. So I probably should have done some of this. I probably should have done some of this before I came on, so you're not all bored and I'm not rambling, but it's been so long. I keep saying, oh, well, last weekend I was away. I went to New York. For those of you that have been around, you know I am the regent, the person in charge of my Daughters of the American Revolution chapter, and it was the New York State Conference, so I flew to New York, stayed with my mom and dad, and then my mom, my sister, and I went up to Syracuse, which is about a 4.5-hour drive from the city. And it was nice. I got to drive my dad's new SUV. He's got a Mercedes, so it was really nice. But don't miss the traffic of New York at all. We left fairly early to go up to Syracuse too, because weekends in New York can be crazy, and it was still somewhat nice. Not like this weekend, Friday, where I heard they got a giant rainstorm. So anyway, I went to New York for my DAR conference, got to see some of my New York DAR friends, which was nice. Kind of energized for DAR work. Okay, because I know people are going to ask, what is the DAR? The DAR is the Daughters of the American Revolution, and it's a women's service organization, and to be a member, you have to prove lineal descent from a patriot who fought in the American Revolution. I currently have 3 proven patriots that fought in the American Revolution that I have documented, and I am getting ready to send in number 4, which was part of the reason I went, because I wanted my registrar to sign what's called a supplemental. And then I spoke to a couple people who had a couple things. I also am a member of a chapter here, but it's what's called an associate member, which is nice because we're a women's service organization. So it's kind of nice to do service where you live. What is service? Is generally a next question. Service is, you know what, I'll just use a scissor for these. Service can be helping a neighbor with their food shopping, transcribing records, going to cemeteries and taking photos for Find a Grave, working your kids' book fair, things you don't get paid for and that don't really benefit you is the easiest way to explain it. I really don't like cutting these, but I don't feel like going to pause you guys already and have to join everything. So I will do it like this. It's no biggie. It all works. And since I have so many like half square triangles and stuff to do, I can use this iron. And what I will do is I'll pause you guys when I get them all done and before I start joining them. So we're a women's service organization. As Regent, I plan programs. I help our treasurer with the collection of dues, because of course it's not free. And the money from our dues goes to help projects. One of the projects they're doing in New York, the state region, is helping preserve something on the Saratoga National Battlefield, and we're planting trees, redoing something. Saratoga National Battlefield is trying to make all their pathways more accessible for people with disabilities. There's a lot of good work being done, and there's a great focus right now because we're heading into the 250th anniversary of the American Revolution and the founding of our country. So if you are interested in the Daughters of the American Revolution, feel free to contact me. Like I tell people, you give me your first 3 generations, I probably can find something if you're eligible. And the funny thing is, even if you think you're not eligible, it's entirely possible that you are eligible. Because my mother-in-law, I don't know if I told this story yet. If not, if I did, I apologize if I didn't. Genealogy is something I am very passionate about. It reminds me of my grandma. So anyway, my mother-in-law always swore her family came from Ireland at the turn of the 20th century. That is not indeed the fact. Well, they came to the United States at the turn of the 20th century. They did not leave Ireland. They actually left Ireland and went to Canada for about 40 years. So, and if I've done the research right, my mother-in-law would have relatives still up in Canada, in the region of Hamilton, which is in, I believe it's near Toronto. I'm much more familiar of the Quebec area, of the Montreal area, because my mom is from a small town in upstate New York called Harkness, which now is kind of like a suburb of Plattsburgh, so right up near the Canadian border. So, getting back to that, my mother-in-law never knew her real father. Her parents divorced when she was a baby. She was about 3. 1940. No, but she wasn't quite 4. So anyway, but they were separated before that. She never knew her father, and through her father's family, there are several Revolutionary War patriots. And I actually, my daughter is filing a supplemental for the DAR through her Nana's line, because I think my mother-in-law would have joined the DAR, because she would have found, she always took a really great interest in genealogy, and I helped my mother-in-law reconnect with her half-sisters on her dad's side before DNA and all that. She knew enough about, she knew what her father's name was, so I was able to find, and her sisters knew about her. So my daughter is going to do a supplemental on her mom's line, on my mother-in-law's line. So that's always fun. And then I'm gonna work on another one for her, because I really enjoy genealogy. I have been researching my dad's family, who is from Italy. That's a little bit tougher because I don't know anything. When I was researching my husband's family and his mom's line, I was doing a lot of things blind, because unfortunately my mother-in-law passed 10 years ago, right before I had Samantha. And hold on, gotta get this a little straighter. Right before I had Samantha, so I did her line. It was a lot of blind because they really, her parents were dead. There was really nobody to ask. So anyway, I've been researching my dad's family, and I had a couple like spots. I couldn't find my I couldn't find my great grandmother's parents. My great grandmother I had never met. She went back to Italy. There's a whole to-do about that. But I couldn't find her parents, and it really bothered me. And then I was doing something, and I found her marriage license to my great grandfather in Italy. And while reading it, I found her parents' names. So I was able to go back like 2 generations on that line, which is really fun. But I now need to go to what's called a Family History Center. It plugs you into Salt Lake City and the Church of Latter-day Saints, and they have a huge amount of records for genealogy. And I want to be able to attach records to and just be able to download them, and it's a lot easier if I do it through Family Search instead of using the Italian website. But it's a little bit hard. I have to rely on others to help me translate some of the records, so it's not super easy. Okay, I'm making flying geese. I've got one side all done, so now I'm on my second side. I'll do that. I'm not going to do that step. I've done that. Oh, okay, so those goes with that. So I got to make those. Okay. I'm trying to do all the pieces where I have to cut, where I have to use an open toe foot first, and then I will go back and do that. So anyway, I did that. The kids have been doing good in school. I don't know if I told you all I had been working. I work in the lunchroom 3 days a week. So my time is like crazy lately. It's like, it's not that it's hard work or anything. It's just supervising kids. But it's right in the middle of the day. So I drive Samantha to school, and then I come home, work out, and then I go there from 10:15 to 1, and then I come back, and it's almost time to turn around and get whatever I need to, because sometimes I need to run errands for the post office. It's just, I feel like I have no time during the week, the 3 days I work. So also with it being the beginning of the year for DAR, I've had to do our yearbook, get it printed. It's just a lot of work. And then I signed up to take a DAR class, and I'm helping out with the chapter down here. It's just a bunch of different stuff. Not terribly hard or anything, but time consuming. So going to New York, I left Wednesday the 20th, and I got back on the 25th, which was an experience. I just had a bad flight coming in. Just crazy, kind of crazy. Okay, so these 4 will be done. And then I finally unpacked and put all my clothes away today. And as I said, it was Sunday. Yesterday I went to a craft fair, which was nice. Didn't buy anything, saw a couple things. I'm getting to the point where it's like, I can make that for less than $50, so I'm not going to pay $50 to make it. Yeah, that's how it is. Okay, so this one is done. actually what I'm gonna do before I do the ones that are under the clapper, I am going to do the other ones, but I gotta pay attention. Actually, I'll do the ones under the clapper first because I think I have to pay attention. They have to go a certain way, so I have to make sure I'm doing them right. So I have like 4 different quilt blocks because I'm doing the quilt along and pass alone. I'm trying to stay up on this one. I did make a quilt top in between because I took part in something. I think I had mentioned in another video the Brave quilt along. So I finished that. I just have to get it on the long arm, but I still have another quilt ahead of that I haven't even turned the long arm on. So I need to do that. So I am loving this little table I made at the beginning of the summer or the spring or whenever I did it. Makes me happy. The only thing I would do if I did it again, I think I'd put an extra thing of batting in it. Debating signing up for fat quarter shops. Oh, darn.
I took my bath.
Okay, thank you. Oh, and you change your clothes? Cool beans. Do you want to come say hello?
Yeah.
Come say hello.
Hi.
Okay. So thank you for doing that. Can you just pull that shirt down? Sammy, can you pull that door a little bit close because Daddy's hammering? My husband's fixing his watches. And my son is being loud. We're having a difficult day today. Autism raised its ugly head this weekend. Yeah. You know me, I tell it like it is. Okay, real truth here. Jimmy has been horrible at home. Absolutely horrible, yelling, screaming, not just being defiant. But at school, he's working really hard, doing what he's supposed to. He's been writing for them. He's just, the only thing is he doesn't really like to go to gym, so he gives them a hard time then. Which, in the scheme of things, as long as he's not hitting and shoving and doing stuff, I really can't complain. And I will take it, but it gets hard at home. It really does. Okay, this isn't too bad. 18 minutes in, and I'm finishing up with this. Yeah, so it's been hard, but it's good too. He's doing what he's supposed to. Now, Miss Samantha, on the other hand, is doing phenomenal. She isn't really getting in trouble. The only thing wrong is they have this thing here in Arkansas called map testing, and it kind of, from what I understand, it's like benchmarks for where they need to be throughout the year. Well, Samantha got sick when they were supposed to be doing it, so I kept her home. She had some kind of nasty stomach bug, and so I kept her home the first day. Well, Samantha, because of her IEP, goes to small groups. Samantha did 40 questions at 26 minutes. Samantha is not that good of a reader to be doing any kind of work that quickly. She did 26 and 29 questions in 26 minutes and 29 minutes, 40 questions. You know she didn't read some of the questions. I am not a big proponent of state testing or testing like this, and I tell my kids, which I'm sure her teacher wasn't 100% pleased at, that I don't care what you get on a test like that. But I told her, I said, and she didn't do horribly, but had she read the questions and did it in the allotted time, she probably would have gotten where she needed to be for this part of the year instead of at the, okay, she's where she needs to be, but on the low end. If she had read the question, she'd be more than where she needs to be. And that's what her teacher and I told her. I did something to my scissors and you hear them clicking. I need to get another pair. I use them how you're not supposed to, and I love these scissors. I didn't think I was gonna like them, but I love them. So I have to get these. One. So I'm really loving this designer mystery. I don't have the finishing kit. I'm debating the finishing kit. Oh no, is this 2023? Yeah, this is 2023. They have some finishing kits still. Had to think because I have 2022. I starched the first block. It's sitting over there. I have to actually message the headquarter shop and say, hey, can I have this product again? Can I have this download, please? And I just cut out block 5 for the 2021 because I would like to finish the blocks on 2021. I don't have the finishing kit for that. 2022, I have the finishing kit. Not sure I'm gonna finish it that way, but I have the finishing kit. Go over there. So, let's see. So Samantha's doing very well. Very happy with that. It was funny, my sister, when I saw her in New York, she goes, I like the blocks you're posting about. Would you want to give that to me? Oh, guys, I'm sorry. I didn't realize this was on. Okay, I shut that off. That flashing light will go away now. I'm sorry about that. So she was like, I really like it. Would you consider giving me? I said, no, it's personal to me. I said, if you want one, I'll send you the cover to the book and maybe you can choose your own. But it's fun because I'm just using scraps for that. Okay, did that? Actually, hold on one sec. Let me check this off. I've done this, I've done this. Because I'm going out of order, I just wanna, that I just need the foot on. Okay. Okay. I actually thought that this was gonna take much longer than it seems to be. Okay, so we wanna do all of these. Just gotta make sure we're okay. I have to make sure that the oh. So okay. So these are all right. Okay, all right, Kara, you were on this. You did this last night. Last night I put all the lines on this. Okay. Yeah, so I'm trying, one of the things I'm trying now since I am working is trying to have some things all ready and set to go. Ooh, uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, there it is. Ah! Yeah, so I'm trying to have them stuff. Now I just have to figure out how to get long arm quilting into all this. I have so many things that need to be long armed and I would really love to get them done. I'm excited. They showed the designer mystery for next month, like a sneak peek, and it's all gonna be like houses. So I think I'm going to, I don't know if I'm gonna do, I don't always like the finishing kits, the finishing they have. So I don't order them a lot. So I like the idea of the houses, and from what Kimberly said, it's gonna be all the same house, but the middles are gonna be a little bit different. So I was kind of like, or slightly, they're gonna be slightly different. So I kind of think I want to do a different setting. And one thing I love about Lori Holt is she gives you different settings in all her books. So like I'm working on a couple things, and I think I'm gonna go and do a different one of Lori Holt's settings for one of my other designer mysteries. So I'm kind of thinking of just getting the blocks, plus trying to be responsible, and $300 quilt kit, isn't it? But I can handle the monthly fee for the block of the month, if that makes sense. And it's a mystery, so how do you know you're gonna like the setting at the end? So I'm like, I like just something with, I can always do something with just cornerstones and just put some borders on it, you know? Then I didn't order something and the kit went up in price. I didn't order, Teresa Kogut has a Kris Kringle panel quilt, and I love the panel, and I didn't order it. When I first saw it, the kit was like $70. Now this kit is like $90. And I'm like, do I love it? $90 worth. I'm just trying to be good about spending money. I have so much stuff going on. Don't really need to add. Okay, I'm gonna do these. Oh, no, get back over there. Something. Yeah, okay. So then this morning I was watching Stephanie Stitch Quilt with Stephanie. She's a quilter, and she's doing a collab with the Idiot Quilter. That, of course, that's the name I remember. Another girl that I have actually never seen, and the guy who sews, the boy who sews, something like that. His name, I think his name is Steven. I'm not sure though. But they were voting on like quilts that they wanted to work on, and you got to vote on the quilt that they do. So there was a lot of Elizabeth Hartman. Stephanie had some, they reminded me of Elizabeth Hartman, but they weren't Elizabeth Hartman. I have a lot of Elizabeth Hartman stuff. I've never done an Elizabeth Hartman. She uses a lot of pieces. A lot of pieces. So I think I'm going to continue with 2024 being a year that I work on stuff a little bit more. I started really good this year, and then I went, I mean, there are things I only need like 2 blocks to finish, and I really should. I think what I'm going to do is make a list. I'm really good with these block of the months, kind of, where oh, okay, hold on. I did not draw lines on these, so we have to draw the lines. Where I can set them up and do like 1 block a month a week. Like I'm going to set up, I think I have 8. No, if I'm doing block 5, after block 5, I only have 7. So I will do my goal for the end of 2023 is to do all 7. All 7. We'll finish the Designer Mystery for 2022 in the blocks, and then I will assemble it some way, because I'm sure I'm gonna have to go to the store and find something that matches it. But I believe one of the quilt stores here carries Cori Yoder I think that's Cori Yoder. Is that Joanna Figueroa? Well, they carry more Moda. I do want to get Peachy Keen by Cori Yoder. I think there's a quilt kit for some of it that's like $50. It's with a Jolly Bar. But I think what I'm going to start doing, for a while I was buying fat quarter bundles, but I think what I'm going to do now is I'm not going to buy fat quarter bundles until I still have quite a few fat quarter bundles, and I did sign up for a couple. I actually signed up for a half-yard bundle of Lori Holt. But there are certain designers, like I love Cori Yoder fabric. I love most of Joanna Figueroa's fabric. But Corey Yoder generally is much more in my wheelhouse. Though I'm half debating ordering Camille's Layla Boutique. Maybe it's Layla Boutique. Whoever has the Old Glory line. Because, you know, I'm a sucker for patriotic. I didn't get the last Minnick & Simpson because I like Minnick & Simpson to have florals in it, and this one just didn't have a lot. I may get like a layer cake or something, or see, because the one good thing about Minnick & Simpson is all of their fabric coordinates. Okay, I'm missing, oh, there it is, okay. Don't know how, okay, since I moved my desk this way, guys, I have the ceiling fan in here, okay? And it blows everything around, so just with the position of the desk, this did not happen when it was the other way, but I actually love this setup so much more. This one's done. Now I have to wet this one. After I cut this and iron this. After I cut this and iron this, I will change feet and start assembling. Okay. Okay, I thought this was going to take a lot more. This is going a lot better than I thought. Yay. So is everybody's children dressing up for Halloween? I don't think Samantha wants to dress up this year. I think I might make her a shirt. This is my Halloween costume. I also wanted to get working on this one because I'm sure I'm gonna get a notice any day that block 5 is almost ready to come out. And I'm really, really trying to stay on top with this. Okay. Need to finish that other quilt I started, Happy Day. It was a quilting life pattern. I think I need to get all the pieces cut out. Maybe I'll do that. My parents are coming for Thanksgiving. They're coming for 2 weeks at Thanksgiving. They're not staying with me. They are staying with my aunt and uncle. Though I did invite my sister to come. I don't think she'll come. But I did invite my sister to come because I didn't want her to be alone. Families are weird as you get older sometimes. Okay, so that's done. Cool. Now, let me change my, so I invited, my parents are coming. So I think I'm gonna try to get one of these chain piecing quilts together so that I can do a little bit of that. So my daughter is at Baylor. I haven't given you an update on my oldest. My daughter is at Baylor. She started grad school. So far, she hasn't decided whether she likes it or not. She likes certain things. She does not like certain things, if that makes sense. She likes certain things that she doesn't. When my daughter was applying to grad school, she was offered several different internship positions. She wound up taking a position, I think she said her title is executive assistant, essentially with the Oral History Association. So she is really enjoying that. But she's going to be going to Baltimore with the Oral History Association for their annual conference. So they invited her to go. So she's really excited about that. because it provides a great networking opportunity, and she's trying to line up whatchamacallit, an internship for the summer. She's looking at one or two here in Arkansas. I think she's probably going to look in Texas where she is, since she has an apartment there. But if she goes to New York, she can stay with grandma and grandpa, or her aunt, my sister, if grandma and grandpa aren't around, but she can stay with grandma and grandpa. Plus, she does have friends she can stay with rent-free. So she's like, that's a big thing. And plus, you know, she only has one museum she has no desire to ever work at. So I really can't complain. But she's looking forward to going to Baltimore. Their conference is in Baltimore, so she had to get approval because that happens to be midterm week. So she okay, so we finished this. Oh, let me check that other thing. I am not the world's most organized person, so I try to check things off as I go. Oh, okay. Okay, hold on. I have to go back and switch my other foot. Maybe I'll go back to that. Let me do the rest of this in order, because now I'm getting confused. Okay, so I am my son is not listening. I can hear it from here. And I'm back. I actually did a little bit of sewing off camera and I still screwed up, but I'm okay with it. I'm gonna check it out how it is in the end. Looks like I reversed how these guys are supposed to go, but they're all trimmed. They look pretty. I'm gonna check it out and see if it really makes a difference. But then again, it's my quilt, so it can go whatever way I want it to. So I'm just gonna make sure that it doesn't look screwy. Okay. And plus I needed to use my other iron because I wanted to get my guys really flat, and the steam iron does that. This one I don't use with any steam, and it doesn't get super hot. So now I'm making these very complicated little things. I have these flying geese, and now I have to make like a double flying geese kind of. So that's what we're doing now. And then we will just assemble the block. Okay, so let me just press this one because it's a little bit wrinkly on one side. Okay, so we have these flying geese. So now we're gonna make flying geese going this way with a different fabric. So, okay, so he's got this way, and this goes like this. So I have been using Aurifil thread because everybody says Aurifil thread is the best. When I first started quilting, I used So Fine, and I think I might prefer So Fine a little bit better for piecing. It's a polyester triobal, but I don't like how this is the cone I'm using of Aurifil, and as it comes down, it's super, super tight. I don't know. I'm not a fan of how that comes out. Maybe it's just me. I mean, it doesn't, I don't know. Anybody have opinions about thread? I used to just use Gutterman before I started quilting, so because when you put so close, you want your thread to match, so you don't buy big cones like that. Okay, so far so good. This is the last complicated piece, I think. These weren't too bad actually to sew. You had to cut them in half and stuff, but the way they had it is you made them bigger and then you cut them down because I was really scared they weren't gonna look right. But I think I sewed them together wrong. I don't know, and I probably won't remake them because I don't think it'll really bother me that much. Maybe if I was putting them in the setting, it might, but I'm not, so I don't think I'm going to. But I will tell you. Yeah, okay. And it just means my quilt won't look like everybody else's because I did something wrong. This fabric just makes me happy, I will be honest. Okay, let me press this. And I'm sure mine's gonna look different anyway because I think I put my stripes a different way. Okay, so let's clean this up. I'm trying to get rid of my scraps as I do it because those were really small scraps. So I'm coming to that's dry. I don't need that drying. It's just sitting there. Okay. I'm up to this piece right here. So, okay, I've done all this other stuff. Okay, so up to this, and then we start assembling the block. Yay! Okay, so. This is coming along. I really just like blues and pinks, you know. Blue and red happen to be my favorite colors, so. And then I have to go check my email when I'm done with this. And hopefully the race will still be on. My husband's watching the Talladega race. I was gonna watch it, but I really wanted to get another video out. So I'm hoping it'll still be on because then I will go cross stitch a little bit. I'm working on something. Guys, how do you manage your time to do everything you love? The one thing that's good about genealogy is I tend to do it in the living room while we're watching TV or anything because I can just have my computer open. When we lived in New York, I had a big computer and I had an office. I kind of have an office here, I just have never got it all set up, which is another thing I really need to do. Just not enough hours in a day. And I have so many interests and things I love to do. Really just not enough in the day. Okay, so this piece is done. So I'm gonna do this, then I'm gonna press it, then I'm gonna change my foot so we can start piecing. Because I have the other stuff, it's just straight piecing now because I did the other step that I needed to do. We have dinner out to frosting. I'm gonna make chicken thighs and some other stuff to go with it. Chicken thighs, salad, and something else. Any ideas? Okay, so. And I'm sad, I was gonna take part in Jelly Roll Day and I didn't do that. So I have a jelly roll and a quilt that I really wanna do. Goes back to that, but then I felt guilty starting something else. It's just like that. Oh, this looks so cool. This is gonna be, oh, they're not all the same way, and you know what, guys? I'm not changing it. It is what it is. They don't all face the same way. Oh well, my quilt, my rolls, right? I'm just gonna put it together and see if I totally hate it. I don't hate it. So guess what? I don't hate it. I kind of like how it looks, so it's staying. Because there is some kind of uniformity. It kind of goes. I can't say that word. Okay, let's see. Okay, so I'm gonna start by sewing this. Oh, before I do that, I have to change my foot to my 1/4 inch foot. You have to make sure you get it tightened. Okay. I'm doing this a little bit different. This is kind of cool. I made mistakes, but I kind of dig how it looks. I hope it looks as good as I'm thinking it's going to look. I think I'm also getting to the end of the bobbin. Pressing instructions towards middle. On that. Okay, so now no, okay, so this is gonna go this way. Okay, Okay. Don't mind me, I'm talking to myself. Trying to concentrate. I really like the way that pumpkin looks. I'm gonna try doing it I'm gonna try to do, I'm like 4 weeks behind, but I have 2 blocks already sewn, so I'm not horribly behind. Not 2 blocks already sewn, I have 2 blocks already cut out. So, I'm gonna try to catch up with that this week. I really like this block. Okay. I need to get a TV in here so I could like watch TV and do stuff. Not that I watch TV, I do watch TV, but I watch a lot of YouTube. And not all stitchers and quilters. I watch what's affectionately known as LawTube. So I've been watching recaps of the Take Me Care of Maya trial. Before that, of course I watched Murdaugh, and I'm sure I'll keep up with that. I'm sure I might watch the guy in Idaho, the Idaho killer. I do listen to recaps on Sam Bankman-Fried. I probably won't watch Trump because I don't like politics. If you really want my view, they're all a bunch of crooks on both sides. But I don't do politics if I can help it. I haven't watched a lot. Okay, favorite law tubers in case anybody wants to know. I like Emily D. Baker. I like Nate the Lawyer, Law and Lumber. If you want to listen to somebody who's super fair and he goes over headlines and stuff, I like Hogue Law. He's really good. And he's recovering from a stroke. But I just enjoy his channel because his theme is reasonable minds can differ, and I feel like that is something that is missing in this world. If you want a really good constitutional law channel, I like Uncivil Law, and a fun take of how Americans do things versus Canada. I like Runkle of the Bailey. He's a Canadian lawyer. And most of these people are practicing attorneys. I think Emily, not so much. She's more of a commentator now. But I believe everybody else is practicing attorneys. That sucks. My needle became unthreaded. Okay, so hold on. I gotta put this back here. Okay. Oh, you're all screwy. Okay, hold on. Okay, let's pull you out of there. Okay, now we're good. I use a Juki 2000 QI. I do have another Juki that I'm probably going to dig out because I think there's a couple things I want to do with it. This is a straight stitch machine, and my other Juki is not just a straight stitch, and I want to do I have some smaller things to quilt, and I want to use a decorative stitch. So I want to get it out. And I want to see if the timing's off, because if the timing's off, I've got to take it to get serviced. Because it's a community, this is a mechanical machine. My other Juki is a whatchamacallit, computerized. But it's got fun stitches. I paid a lot of money for it. Well, at the time, what I thought it was a lot of money. I mean, now they have. Now I've seen that some sewing, like the Baby Lock Solaris or the Brother Luminaire, they're like a car. So. Okay, that wasn't too bad. Cool. I got my points to match up. So mine is not going to look like the picture because I made some changes. I don't hate it. I'm going to have to... Okay, hold on. I'm going to have to pause you guys a couple times as I'm finishing up this block because I want to hit the real steam iron on it before it finishes. Okay. I said this block wasn't taking that long, but I just remember I stopped for like 20 minutes to do things not on camera. So I guess it did take longer, but there are a lot of pieces in this. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to sew this all together and then I will hit the steam iron, finish it up, and show you the finished because I'm going to do a quick little wrap up. Look what I just did, guys. Can't leave that like that. Okay. So now here's Jack. Jack and I are going to have a little date right now. Okay. So guys, I'm gonna finish this up. I'm gonna finish this up and I will be back in a few to show you the finished product. Okay? That way you don't have to see me tearing this all out, pressing it and everything. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, I am back and I'm done. So it doesn't look like it's supposed to. I don't hate it, but I'm not sure I love it. So let me show you what it's supposed to look like. So it's supposed to, this part is all okay. The problem comes where these points are supposed to be. So here's mine. So the points aren't totally lining up. So this is supposed to come like this with this flower fabric and it's reversed. Okay, and this is supposed to be all green. So what I am thinking is at the end, if I still not in love with it, I will remake it because I'm sure there'll be enough fabric to do that. Right now, I'm not sure that I have enough to remake it right at this moment. So this is done. And what I'm going to do on this is block 4. I am going to write on the back, decide if I want to remake at the end. Because it has a couple, I mean, it looks okay. It doesn't look horrible, but I don't know. In the end, I may want to redo it. So that's that. So I hope you had fun spending time with me. Thank you for letting me chat about genealogy. Let me know if you want me to link my blog with these quilt blocks and the little stories that go with them. I will show you right here. Do I have a picture? Here. Let me just put, I don't want to show you this because this has, oh, this is how I can do it. I'll show you what block I'm making, what I have set up over here. I'm going to be sewing this milk can right here. Next, for my chicken salad, and see, I kind of have it all over here. I've got some of it already tacked together. And then, you gotta love this. You have a milk can, so you have to, if you have a milk can, you have to have a cow. So I have my cow all cut out over here, but I'm not picking my cow up because the cow has A through W in pieces. So yeah, cow's not coming up till I'm ready to sew. And then I have my Designer Mystery 2021 Block 5. Actually, what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna starch Block 6 so I can cut that out. And then I have to decide what other blocks I wanna do for my chicken salad this week. I will probably put a chicken in because my grandparents had chickens. I want to put in a tractor because we used to go on hay rides and do haying with my grandparents. Probably a pig because I have a very funny story about a pig. I have an extremely funny story about a pig and my father. So he probably won't think it's funny, but I remember it and it's funny. Or I find it a lot funnier now that I am an adult. I'll probably put a horse in because I had a horse. And probably put a bee in because my grandparents had bees. I think I have to get 12 blocks. I have to look at the pattern and see how many blocks I need because this means I have 4. Actually, let me see. I have the pattern right here. Oh, so I was just so you all know before I leave you. This is kind of what it'll look like. This is a very controlled. This was all with Lori Holt's cookbook fabric. Mine is totally scrappy, whatever I have. It's got some Lori Holt, it's got other people. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So when I do my 2 blocks, I guess I better really decide what I want in here because this means I have 4 blocks. And I'm probably not gonna put these 2 blocks. I might put the milk can in. This is going down. This is like this right here. I am not doing this border out here. I'm gonna do a border, but just not that one. At least that's what I'm thinking right now. So I think my next thing is to go that way. So I don't know if I want to put the milk can and the cow next to each other. So I may put the milk can down here and the cow up there. I don't know. I have to see because I probably should plan on what I want to do for that one because I don't want all the colors next to each other. Especially since I'm like, if I put a horse and a cow, the cow, I have it the same colors. So that being said, oh, and the one thing I am doing on mine I am doing all different backgrounds, scrappy background too, which is something I've never done. This is totally new for me and I am loving it. So I hope you all have a good day. Thank you for sewing with me. You'll probably see a couple more of these this week. But I'm probably gonna have to piece them together a little bit because I wanna use steam on Lori Holt's blocks. So have a great day. Thanks for joining me. Bye-bye.